Hello, everyone. Happy Friday and happy Pride. I am Ian, the producer of Cabaret on the Couch, and we are so excited to have you all here tonight as we celebrate Ring of Keys. They are an artist service organization that fosters community and visibility for the musical theater artists who self-identify as queer women, as transgender, and as gender nonconforming artists. With this month being Pride, we really wanted to take a moment to uplift an LGBTQ-led organization, to really give some space uniquely for LGBTQ performers and allies to share some of the incredible work that they bring to the industry and the incredible artistry that they share. Without further ado, we are going to get right into it tonight. We have almost exclusively a lineup of folks who are all friends of our organization, which is really a treat. And so without further ado, we will jump right into it. And within the next minute, you'll meet our wonderful host for this month, Caden Marshall. Enjoy, everyone.
Hello, everyone. My name is Caden Marshall. You might also know me as the musical dealer on TikTok. And as your MC today, I bid you a hearty willkommen to Cabaret on the Couch. I am currently not on a couch right now, but nonetheless, I'm absolutely thrilled to be joining you all for Pride Month. If this is your first time at Cabaret on the Couch, they host monthly virtual concerts in support of New York-based organizations. And this month, the focus of the organization is Ring of Keys. And as you heard from Ian, it's an artist service that fosters equity for the over 500 musical theater artists who are represented in that organization. And you will hear more of that from its founder, Andrea Prestinario, about midway through the show, and I'm very, very excited to be able to talk to her. I am just honored to have been invited to guide you through this wonderful concert that we have planned for you. Just as a reminder, this is the internet and we may encounter some connectivity issues from time to time. Fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Thank you for your patience if it does. Also, I wanted to acknowledge I am a cis white gay man and I do not represent Ring of Keys myself, nor do I represent the queer community as a whole this Pride Month. So I just wanted to acknowledge that, put that out there. Pride Month has a long history of trans people, people of color who birthed this movement. And I want to remind everybody that we need to be supporting those artists, supporting those people in our lives. With that said, we have so many beautiful, wonderful performers that are just waiting in the virtual and proverbial wings. So let's not keep them waiting any longer. Our first performer is Allison Beauregard singing Make Someone Happy.
Hello. All right, let's do this. The sound of applause is delicious. It's a thrill to have the world at your feet. The praise of the crowd is exciting. But I know that is not what makes a life complete. There's one thing you can do for the rest of your days that's worth more than applause. The screaming crowd, the bouquets. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you sing to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. Someone you're everything to. Fame, if you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life you cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you've found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you sing to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. Someone you're everything to. Fame, if you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life you cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be happy too.
That was beautiful, Allison.
Thank you.
I took that last deep breath with you. I was like, oh, lovely.
Thank you.
That was the Audra McDonald arrangement of the song, right?
Oh, of course it was. I shamelessly stole it from my queen.
Period. Yes. Did you choose that one for a particular reason?
I did. I've always really loved that song, but it feels especially appropriate during Pride because, not to sound like too much of like a neoliberal rainbow capitalist, but I think that love really is one of the answers, along with political action and protest and engaging in meaningful mutual aid. But I think it's really important during Pride to reflect on the people that you love in your community, maybe your partner, your chosen family, whatever it might be, and just show a little gratitude for that love.
Agreed. Wholly agreed. I was doing some reading up on you, and I found that you're the associate producer of a podcast called Off the Fucking Rails.
I am.
Exciting. Tell us about that, please.
Yes. So Off the Fucking Rails with Kim Griffin is a podcast centering around mental health, but also about many, many, many different things: motherhood, life in the arts, disability, lots of stuff. And it's available on all podcasting platforms like Spotify, Apple. We have great guests like Laura Benanti. Amber Gray's episode is coming out soon. And good stuff. Check it out.
I love Amber Gray. Gonna listen to that when that comes out.
Definitely.
I have one last question for you, and I'd love to know, what is your dream for the future of theater?
Whew. I mean, I have a lot of them, but I think it boils down to a world of theater where little Black and brown and Asian and Indigenous and queer and trans and Native and fat kids can see people like them on stage, And also that their grown-ups, the people in their lives, can afford to take them to see it, because that's also a huge roadblock in our theater community today. I think that would be my vision for the future of theater.
Amen to that. Thank you so much for sharing. You performed wonderfully. It's lovely to see you and meet you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Caden.
Okay, everybody. Next up, we have Kaisha, who is singing I Can't Make You Love Me.
Y'all want to know something funny? I think it's hilarious that I am a part of Cabaret on the Couch, and I actually do not have a couch at the moment. So let me tell y'all what happened. My husband and I, we moved to a new apartment, and when our movers got ready to move our couch into this apartment, which was very late at night, actually very early in the morning, I should say, it didn't fit. Yeah, it wouldn't come through the door. It was like 1:30 a.m. and, you know, trying to get the couch to the door. It was like, yeah, no, it's not gonna fit. Took the door off the hinges, did not work, okay? And so that was just really like, wow, that is such a New York thing to happen, isn't it? So even though I don't have a couch, I'm really grateful to be a part of Cabaret on the Couch. I will have a couch one day. My name is Kaisha Huguley. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm a New York-based actor, singer, multi-hyphenate artist, creative. I wear a lot of hats. I do a little bit of everything. My selection tonight is dedicated to you, New York. If you live here, you know what I mean by this. There are some days where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm living my dream. I'm so grateful to live here. And then there are other days where you're like, wow, this is really no way to live. And so tonight's selection is dedicated to the times where we kind of feel like, wow, this is really no way to live. For the times where New York be New Yorkin'. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Turn down the lights, turn down the bed, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me, tell me no lies, just hold me close, don't patronize, don't patronize me, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't, and you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart and feel the power. But you won't, no, you won't, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't. I'll close my eyes, then I won't see the love you don't feel when you're holding me. Morning will come and I'll do what's right. Just give me till then to give up this fight, and I will give up this fight, 'cause I can't make you love me if you don't, and you can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, these final hours, I will lay heart and feel the power, but you won't. No, you won't. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you don't.
Kaisha, as Ian said, you can make us love you. Clearly, that was beautiful. Whenever it is that you see this, I trust that you will have a couch soon. I really hope so. Okay, everybody. Next, we have Avery Nusbaum singing Different from Honk.
If they knew just how dearly I would love to honk! But it's true, I'm a bird who seems to lack the knack. I'm just different. I'm just different from the rest. And who can blame them wanting me to find another nest? But different isn't naughty, different isn't bad. So why should being different make me sad? I'm just different. They're like peas from the same pod. No wonder they make fun of me. Life's harder when you're odd. But different isn't scary. Different is no threat. And though I'm still their brother, they forget I didn't choose to look this way. I didn't want to be unique. I don't like these grubby feathers, and I hate my stubby beak. There's a runt in every litter, one black sheep in every flock. But when you know it's you somehow, your ego takes a knock. I'm just different, but I have a sense of pride. My looks may well be funny, but I hurt the same inside. Different isn't spiteful, different isn't wrong. So why is it so hard to get along? I only want to get along. Different isn't hateful. Different could be swell. Different is just, well, different.
Beautiful, beautiful Avery. Wasn't that beautiful? She's just beautiful. Yes. I, watching that, remembered that Different was the first song that I ever sang at a voice recital with my voice teacher. And I had a whole flashback moment.
Kaden, get out.
And I was like, oh, I forgot how much this means to me. That was just lovely. I have a few questions for you. I would love to hear about your connection to singing.
Yes, well, I grew up in New York City, and I'm so blessed and grateful that I had a family who loved musical theater. And my grandparents and my family, they would take me to shows. And actually, one of my grandfathers was one of the producers of the original Dreamgirls musical on Broadway. So I've just been surrounded by theater. And basically, I just thought, seeing theater but having, these feelings that were sort of pent up about honestly feeling different in life. Singing was my vehicle to freedom, to express myself in a way that was healthy. And I think singing, anyone can sing. Just like
Mhm.
the Ratatouille, anyone can cook. I think
Uh-huh.
anyone can sing. And I hope that people, see me sing and they think, I want to sing a little bit today.
Oh, you make me feel that. Very much so.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you.
So in feeling different in a theater space, but still finding freedom there, how has theater been a safe space for you, or has it been a safe space for you?
Yeah. When I was younger, I felt I had sort of more freedom to sing what I wanted and go after what I wanted. I was in this theater group when I was younger, and they were putting on a show, and one of the songs was I Speak Six Languages from Spelling Bee. And
Mhm.
I say, I want to sing I Speak Six Languages from Spelling Bee. I mean, I know that it's like, sort of inappropriate because I am a white person, doing that role. I couldn't do that role. But it's like, when I got older, I felt like there were more boxes that I had to be put into, or more ways to fit into certain roles that I could do, but I just didn't necessarily feel connected to. And I think that my hope is that the industry needs someone like me and needs people like who are in this show. And
Absolutely.
that's why I keep going. And I see a future for the theater industry where people can be free to do roles that cover the wider human experience.
Mhm. Oh, fully agreed. I'm so excited to see theater become that, because it will. I'm manifesting it right now. It's happening.
The thing is, it's on its way. I really do think that it's on its way. I think so.
Agreed. Mhm. Well, thank you so, so much for performing for us. We
Thank
are
you.
blessed.
Oh my gosh, you are. No, thank you. It's so nice to meet you, and have a lovely rest of the show.
You too. Okay, everybody. Up next, we have Blanca singing Breathe from In the Heights.
Viajando el camino por toda su vida, respira. Si tienes mis huellas en los dedos, respira. This is my street. I smile at the faces I've known all my life. They regard me with pride, and everyone's sweet. They say you're going places. So how can I say that while I was away, I had so much to hide? Because it's me, the biggest disappointment, The kid couldn't hack it. She's back. She's walking real slow. Welcome home. Just breathe. Just as the radio plays the forgotten boleros, I think of the days when the city was mine. I remember the praise it to Darrow, to Carol, neighborhood wave, said Nina, be brave and you're gonna be fine. And maybe it's me, but it all seems like lifetimes ago. So what do I say to these faces that I used to know? Hey, I'm home. Hey, everything's fine. Smile for the neighbors, everything's fine. Everything's cool. The standard reply, lots of tests, lots of papers. Smile, wave goodbye, and pray to the sky. Oh God, what will my parents say? And go in there and say, I know them letting you down. Just breathe.
That was beautiful, Blanca. Blanca is not here either to have a little conversation with us, but to Blanca, that was absolutely wonderful. And I think that's my all-time favorite song from In the Heights, maybe all-time favorite song by Lin-Manuel. I don't know. I actually haven't decided. But that song is so well written and well performed that even though I can't relate to that experience myself, I feel like I do. It's a very like impactful song. It kind of gets a little under your skin, but in such an enjoyable way at the same time. So lovely job. And next, I would like to welcome Andrea Prestinario, one of the founders of Ring of Keys.
Happy Pride!
Happy Pride! Been waiting all year for this month.
yeah. Well, Pride is every month, right? We like to say
Pride
Pride is every month, 365 days of the year.
You can wear it whenever you want.
That's right.
So it's so wonderful to see you, Andrea. How are you doing?
Thanks. I'm good. I mean, I'm so uplifted by these performances so far. Like, how beautiful are these humans?
Oh, so beautiful. I am inspired just to create and to perform and to sing watching everybody. I'm going to go to my car and I'm going to sing all the way to my friend's house tonight. And I'll be like, breathe, you know.
I want to be a fly on the wall in that car.
Yeah. It'll be one of those car power belts that doesn't sound perfect but feels perfect, you know.
Oh, there's nothing like a car belt.
Right? So I have a few questions for you, Ring of Keys founder. So wonderful to have you. I would love to hear anything that you'd like to add about Ring of Keys that we perhaps didn't mention. A little reminder to those who may have forgotten or recently joined.
Sure. I mean, I have the mission statement down. I can say it in a flash now.
Like that elevator pitch. Go.
Ring of Keys is an artist service organization, nonprofit, volunteer driven, and we foster community and visibility for queer artists, specifically queer women, trans, and gender nonconforming artists working on stage and off in musical theater. And we are 3.5 years old, and we've grown. We've exploded from 2 people to 500 in 3 years. So that's a big success story.
That's
there.
huge.
Yeah.
That's faster than a bunch of companies grow. That's like, beautiful. What a wonderful mission. I love it. Can I pick your brain? Could you tell us some of your favorite Ring of Keys like success stories of your own or of members?
Yeah, I mean, so that number is 1, right there. Success story. Yeah, and you know, there are so many success stories, being that there are waves and ripples and rings. Will go with the pun, right? There are rings of connections being made because of Ring of Keys. People are connecting. That is the point. It's creating visibility. It's creating a network for artists. I like to say it's sort of the antidote to the old boys network, right? Which we kind of know exists in the musical theater industry, but we didn't have our kind of like community.
Yeah.
So that's why we made Ring of Keys, because it didn't exist. But you know, one story that does come to mind is, and I hope I don't embarrass her, Allison, who the beautiful soprano you heard sing first. Yeah. You know, I was at Ripley Greer, which for those that don't know is a rehearsal studio here in New York. And I was, I don't know, going through the hall or something. And this person came up to me and was like, oh my God, you're Andrea. You made Ring of Keys. I'm a key. It's so great to meet you. And I was like, oh my God. She's like, I just moved to New York 3 days ago and I've already met up with a key. And I was just so touched by that moment, because part of the reason we created this community and this organization is because my co-founder and I, we didn't have a community, right? So I worked for 8 years before I worked with another lesbian actress. I moved to New York and I didn't have a community, and I was just so touched to think, here's somebody who's moving to New York who already has a community because they have Ring of Keys, because they're part of this network. So
because of what you did. I
know, it's so sweet. It just meant so much to me that she said that, or that, to know that was her experience. It's like, oh, okay, good. Like, this is helping people. So
it is. And imagine how much more it's going to help in another 3.5 years, 30.5 years,
Yeah. And I did want to say, I identify as a lesbian actress. So that's kind of what I meant right now when I just said, like, it went 8 years. Like, I didn't have anyone. There were probably many people that were part of the queer spectrum that, like, weren't either out or, it was just the experience of no one was celebrating that. No, so.
Have that.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. How has Ring of Keys been impacted by the pandemic?
Well, I think, like many organizations, that favorite phrase of having to pivot was certainly part of the experience. We are an organization that has members throughout all the like 40 cities throughout the country, as well as members in England, Canada, and we'd have city ambassadors, so people would meet up in person. But when the pandemic happened, it gave us the opportunity to pivot and do a lot more digital programming. So while we were doing kind of like a once a month program that would happen in person in New York, we increased our programming by 800% the first month of the pandemic. I know, I was like, let's do it. Let's be so crazy. And those were definitely the days when we were all like Zoom, like excited, not Zoom fatigued. Like, we were like, oh yeah, let's just do workshops all day, every day. So that number certainly decreased as time went by, but it certainly was an opportunity for folks to connect. And I've certainly connected with a lot of keys throughout, different cities outside of New York, more so because of this time. And I would say too, the other thing personally, as the executive director of Ring of Keys, what the pandemic has given me is time. So I've been able to formalize this network into a nonprofit in the last year, because I had the time to do the work, because it's a lot of nitty gritty paperwork and, building a board and, filing your 1023 form and writing bylaws, all of these things that are just really unsexy, I have to say.
Yeah.
But they're done. Yeah.
That's like so good. I love hearing the ways that people's pivots have positively impact their companies. It's like it's very encouraging for me as like a student who's like going into the pandemic. It's like, well, my industry is gone, or it feels like it is. And just like kind of like having felt really hopeless about all of that. So that's so wonderful. I saw that you are from Chicagoland, which I am also. I'm in Chicago right now.
Yes, Chi-Town, baby. Yes. Oh, I love Chicago so much. I miss it all the time.
Come back. Come back soon.
If they housed Broadway in Chicago, my world would be complete. So, but this is where I got to be. But yeah, Chicago, South. You're from the South Side as well?
West Side.
West Side. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like Southwest.
Sort of Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also saw that you're an activist. So I'm curious, what role does activism play in your life beyond Ring of Keys?
Yeah, I've always identified as an activist since college, which is now many, many, many years ago. But I certainly think that definition for me continues to morph and change as the world morphs and changes. I think for me right now, I think activism is about like living your life with intentionality. I think living, making choices that are in alignment and giving your money and putting your money in places that are with your values. So, I'm planning a wedding right now. So that's as specific as like who I choose for the paper company for our save the dates. I'm scoping out researching like how LGBTQ friendly they are. So, or, specifically looking to make sure the money is going to an LGBTQ person and or BIPOC and or, queer, trans, like making sure that those kind of decisions are part of your everyday and not from a performative sense. Like that's the other thing I think too. Activism has become very performative on social media that I get a little fatigued by. I think it's really about your actions and not about your words.
Agreed. People will say a lot about like, oh, you're like performing this, you're on social media, or like you should be doing this on social media. And it feels like either way, people are going to get upset at you about it. And it's like, no, it's the things that you do like in your own life behind the walls that make you an activist, not necessarily like whether or not you're publicizing it. So I totally agree.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope, right? Because we need to use our voices, or maybe the right wording is not slippery slope, but it's a gray area, or it's a, like it's a fine line. I'll find my what are those called? Euphemisms? I don't know, not euphemisms.
the right metaphor or whatever.
The right metaphor. I will find it.
But you can't tell whether people are being performative or not, like if it's just based on their social media. So I totally agree. But we got to use our voices on the social media. It's like kind of figuring out your own boundaries, and everybody's different. Everybody's going to approach it from a different way, and that's okay. So before we close out, I'd like to know if there's anything that you'd like to plug. Do you have something coming up?
Personally, no. I'm still unemployed. I don't know if I mentioned I'm a performer as well as the creator of Ring of Keys. So no, not me. But Ring of Keys has we are doing a collaboration with CSA, the Casting Society of America, on Monday at 4:30 Eastern, which is a conversation about the intersection of queerness and casting, which is really exciting. I think there's often a disconnect between what the desires are of our queer community and kind of what is happening in the casting rooms and behind the table. So I'm excited for there to be an opportunity for information and knowledge. So that's happening. And then in the future, in the fall, we'll be having our Queering the Canon concert series, which is still TBA in terms of dates, but it is in the works, and folks should look out for that. They can subscribe to our newsletter on our website, and it should be really cool. Just to give people an idea of what that is, it is a concert series that it queers the existing old school canon of musical theater, and also highlights queer songwriters of our new canon, right? So these are songs that work in back to back in tandem with one another. And so each concert has 7 pairings. And it was an conceit that I developed with my co-producer, Hannah Lang, for our benefit concert in 2020, right before the pandemic. And it was really so exciting and so fun. And I'm excited for it to kind of expand out into a 3-concert thing.
Oh, I'm so excited to see more about that. Everyone, subscribe to the mailing list. Do it with me. I'll be right there along with you. We can like do it as partners. I'm so excited for the future of Ring of Keys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us, Cabaret on the Couch. Should have been on
the couch. Okay, everybody. Up next, we have Andi Lee Carter singing Out There from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Hi, everyone. Safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone, gazing at the people down below me. All my life I watch them as I hide up here alone, hungry for the histories they show me. All my life I memorize their faces, knowing them as they will never know me. All my life I wonder how it feels to pass a day not above them, but part of them. And out there living in the sun, give me one day out there. All I ask just to live one day out there, out there among the millers and the weavers and their wives. Through the roofs and gables I can see them. Every day they shout and scold and go about their lives, heedless of the gift it is to be them. If I were in their skin, I'd treasure every instant out there, strolling by the Seine. Taste the morning out there like ordinary men who freely walk about there just one day, and then I swear I'll be content with my share. Won't resent, won't despair, old and bent, I won't care. I'll have spent one day out there.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Andi.
Yeah.
I love that show so much. Have you seen the recordings of the Deaf West production of it?
Yes, it's beautiful. Yes,
my obsession. Truly. So I have just a few questions for you.
Okay.
So I was wondering if you have like a personal connection to this song or this show.
I mean, I'm a little older than I look, so it came out when I was in college, and it was one of the the music is just so amazing. I was just completely, attracted to the score, like immediately, and so I've always had this like strong connection with the music of the show, and I really felt like this was one of the first songs that I just wanted to sing a lot at the beginning of the pandemic. Because I just felt, like trapped inside my room and looking out, and so like it was kind of like a theme for me during the pandemic, and also I feel like it connects to my transness of like feeling like especially the line like taste the morning out there like ordinary men, who freely walk about, and just to like, as I have transition physically, just feeling more and more myself and more comfortable in my own skin. I feel like I can freely walk about along the Seine, and I just like really connect with that character. So and I think that if the Hunchback just went to see Dr. Sandra Lee and got that lipoma off his back, he would have had a great life.
Just maybe. I had not connected that song to pandemic life, to the lockdown. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Even like thinking about it, I'm getting like a little misty.
Me watching you perform.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about how you use your work in theater to make a better future, to tie in this future theme that we now have going?
Absolutely. Well, I am also a musical theater. I don't just sing after I change the key down to my range, but I also write musicals. I recently graduated from the NYU musical theater writing program before the pandemic, so I didn't have to deal with like going to school online, which
lucky you.
Yeah, lucky. I mean, seriously, lucky me. And so yeah, but the time in my room alone, and figuring out the virtual world has given me a chance to really explore different ways that musicals can function. Different mediums, and so I've actually been more, I don't want to say productive, but like literally have produced a lot of content, like like during this time. Like I'm not comparing myself to Shakespeare, but they did say that Shakespeare wrote King Lear during the plague, so I do feel that that I was surprisingly productive for as like terrible and depressed and hermited as I felt. I look back and see like, oh wow, I wrote like 4 shows, you know. that
Oh wow.
Yeah, small ones, but still. And yeah, so that's how I feel like and the future of musical theater is having more different voices behind the scenes and in the, you know, in the writer's chair, in the director's chair, in the producer's chair, making those decisions to write about trans people and people of color and not just cis white straight people, you know, and you know, you know, and I was having a similar kind of discussion on Facebook today, and I said, well, my solution is, I think we should bring back the ancient Greek style where theater is completely publicly funded and it's a civic duty to take part in it, like voting or like jury duty. So that's if I were mayor, which thank God I'm not, would be my proposal, is make theater a civic duty. Like you have to be in a show, or you have to work as a stage manager at some point, like, you know, like enlistment, you know, in the army or whatever. Like that's, people should be enlisted into performing arts, you know, as a civic duty, like they did in ancient Greek. And I think that more people, if they did that, would value the arts a lot more.
Oh yeah, draft me to Broadway. I'm so down.
You're all drafted. Yeah, straight to Book of Mormon.
Great. Wow, dream come true so fast. I'm so down. Let's go become lawmakers and do that right now.
Yes, right away.
Thank you so much
for
chatting with me. I'd love to see anything that you end up producing if it ever comes to Chicago. So keep me in the loop with that.
Well, you know, I have friends in Chicago, and if you want to see stuff that I've done online, you can find it at Astoria Performing Arts Center's YouTube, and the New York Public Library's YouTube has work that I have created online. So check it out.
Yeah, plug. Thank you, Andi.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Up next, we have Achilles singing Good Kid from The Lightning Thief.
6 schools in 6 years, been kicked out of every place. Everything I ever do is wrong, never find where I belong. Everybody on my case. Same old story, the same old song. Don't act up, don't act out, be strong. I keep my head down, I keep my chin up, but it ends up all the same. With pack your bags, Percy, you're always to blame. I never try to do anything, I never mean to hurt anyone. I try to be a good kid, a good son. But no one ever will take my side. All I ever do is take the fall. I swear that I'm a good kid. Guess I'm good for nothing at all. Was a world-class jerk, Dad was never there. The only family that really mattered, well, she vanished into the air. And now I finally find a haven, someplace safe where I can stay. Till it's pack your bags, Percy, now go away. I never try to do anything, I never mean to hurt anyone. I swear that I'm a good kid. Yeah, Percy, that's a good one. But no one ever will take my side. All I ever do is take the fall. I swear that I'm a good kid. Guess I'm good for nothing at all. The schools in 6 years, every battle, every day. No one ever tells me that they're proud. No one asks me, Percy, how'd you like to come around and stay? All you get are bad grades and a bum rap and a bad rep and a good smack and no friends and no hope and no mom. She's taken away. I swear I never stole anything. I never meant to hurt anyone. I swear that I'm a good kid who's had a bad run. And all I need is one last chance to prove I'm good enough for someone. I'm good enough for someone. I'm good enough for someone.
Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, Achilles.
Thank you.
I could go on and on about like your tone and your performance and everything, but I wanted to say my dad designs audio equipment, and the audio quality was so good. I feel like I have to get myself one of those microphones.
It's a really good mic. It was a gift from my dad, so thank you, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you, Dad.
Jealous. You sounded like you were on an album.
Thanks.
So glad to have you here and to hear you sing. I'd love to ask you about your connection to the organization Ring of Keys.
Of course. So I joined Ring of Keys about a year ago now. So I'm a pandemic key, sort of like a pandemic baby, I guess. But I had heard of them before that, and just it's a really cool organization, and they represent a lot that is so underrepresented, and that's so important. I'm so proud and happy to be a part of that.
That uplifting, that equity there is so valuable. If you were a child, my next question, if you were a child and you got to see this cabaret, what would it have meant to you?
So I'm actually sitting in my childhood home in Northwest Arkansas right now. So we're a trans person in Arkansas. That's been my sort of pandemic existence, and it's reminded me a lot of how important visible queer representation, like really in your face, present, part of your community, how important that is. Because I didn't come out until I was in college. I was I was done with my freshman year, and I started, thinking like, can I do this? Can I be a trans person in theater? And the answer is yes, but I didn't know that at the time because I'd never seen something like that. And it existed, yes, I just didn't know how to find it, or I didn't know where to go looking for it. It just never occurred to me. And definitely organizations and initiatives like Ring of Keys helped me see a future. And if I had seen that as a kid, who knows? It could have been a totally different journey, and one that had a lot less fear and reservation as a part of it.
Oh, yeah. I fully agree. I literally don't have anything more to add to that because it's so well said. So well said. Thank you so much for blessing us with that and with your voice and performance. And I heard that you're moving to New York very, very soon. So I hope that your move goes wonderfully.
Thank you, Caden. I so appreciate it. Thank you for being such a wonderful host too.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, everybody. We are now moving on to Meagan Michelson, who's singing You'll Be Back.
Hey, it's me instead of
Hey.
Megan. Just a quick technical snafu. Let me
happens.
pop myself back out, see if I can get Megan back in. And if not, we may just skip one ahead and then double back, if that's cool with you.
All right, just let me know what you need.
Great.
I'm going to check out these comments because I haven't been able to look at them as I've been hosting. We love Achilles. Yes, Laura, we do. Kara says that they are weeping. Clarissa says that they're blown away. Oh, and Savannah said that I'm slaying the hosting gig tonight. Why, thank you so much. Yes, there you are.
Hi.
Welcome.
Sorry, Nana had some trouble with technology.
All good. All good. Go for it.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, which you hurl in the sea when you see me go by. Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. You say our love is draining and you can't go. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. Wow, wow, wow. And no, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject. My sweet, submissive subject. My loyal subject. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war. For your love, for your praise. And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away the slate we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Everybody, ha! Da 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 da.
That was so much fun, Megan.
Thank you. Just making sure this doesn't start playing something else belting. Something else random.
To quote Christopher in the comments, and now I never want to see a cis male play the king ever again.
Yay, that was the goal.
Yeah, you commit to it. And I had so much fun. I was laughing. I was singing along at the end. It was so lovely.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So I read on your fancy website that Adam Gattell loves your voice, and I would love to hear that story. Love to share it with everybody.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I went to the Boston Conservatory, which is now part of Berkeley, for my MFA in musical theater.
Mhm.
And we were really lucky to have Adam Gettle come and workshop the production of The Light in the Piazza that I was in. And some of the grad students got to sing songs of our choice for a master class with him as well. And I sang, and he compared me to Ethel Merman, and then I died on the spot, and I'm a ghost haunting us all right now.
That's amazing. I must have mispronounced his name. Is it Gettle?
Gettle, yeah.
Ooh, my bad.
Oh, it's I mean, if he's watching, hey, but if
Hi, Adam Gettle. I'm so sorry I said your name wrong. So I have one more question for you, and that is, what's your relationship to musical theater been like during the pandemic?
Yeah, I realized very early in the pandemic, let's see, things shut down on March 17th, March 18th. I realized that if I didn't sing, my mental health would suffer. I would just be sad. I didn't, and the pandemic was sad. It was a horrible, horrible thing that we all were lucky enough to survive. And I needed to sing. So early on, I started a series on my social media called Housebound Sounds, and I've done about a song a week for the last year and change. And it's, sometimes thematic based on what's going on in the world or what I'm feeling, but sometimes just a fun song that I feel like belting that week. Sometimes, I take requests. So it's on my social media, and that's really been my connection to performing, even in this cyberspace for the last year or so. So that's been my way of connecting, creating a stage when there wasn't one,
I relate to that so much. Did you sing this song on there?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is reviving one of my favorites from Housebound Sounds, a crowd favorite.
So if any of you guys want to revisit this, then you can either come back to this YouTube channel, or you can go to her social media and have a grand old time. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. You did a lovely job.
Thank you so much. And one quick thing I want to say, that accompaniment was by Matt Lowy. He's a wonderful pianist and music director. Shout out to Matt Lowy.
Thank you, Matt Lowy. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mwah. Okay, everybody. Our next and last performer is Devon, who's going to sing Would You Be So Kind by Dodie.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. I have a question. Zoom, 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 zoom. It might seem strange. Zoom, 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 zoom. How are your lungs? Zoom, 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 zoom. Are they in pain? Zoom, 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 'cause mine are aching. Zoom, 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 zoom. Think I know why. Zoom, 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 zoom. I kinda like it though. Zoom, 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 zoom. You wanna try? Zoom, zoom. Oh, would you be so kind as to fall in love with me? You see, I'm trying. I know you know that I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love. I think it's only fair. There's gotta be some butterflies somewhere I wanna share, 'cause I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love with me. Zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. Let's write a story. Zoom, 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 zoom. Be in my book. Zoom, 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 zoom. You gotta join me on my page. Zoom, 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 zoom. At least take a look. Zoom, zoom. Oh, where are your manners? Zoom, 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 zoom. You need some time. Let's swap chests today. That might help you decide. Oh, would you be so kind as to fall in love with me? You see, I'm trying. I know you know that I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love. I think it's only fair. There's gotta be some butterflies somewhere I wanna share, 'cause I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will, please fall in love with me. Do me a favor. Can your heart rate rise a little? Do me a favor. Can your heart rate rise a little? Do me a favor. Can your heart rate rise a little? you would be so kind as to fall in love with me. You see, I'm trying, I know you know that I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will please fall in love, I think it's only fair. There's gotta be some butterfly somewhere wanna share, 'cause I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will please fall in love, oh, I like you, but that's not enough. So if you will please fall in love with me. Zoom, 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 zoom.
What a blast.
Thank you.
Oh, that was lovely. Hi there, Devon. These last two songs just put me in such a good mood. I'm like, my cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
Yes.
So first of all, I'd like to address the fact that was a whole music video. It was a whole production with editing that was like on point, and it was like you arranged it yourself. Please tell us about this.
Yeah, it was just really fun. I wanted to sit down and I wanted to do justice to this wonderful cabaret, and I knew that I was probably going to be running a little late back home from a work event today, and so I was like, let's do it. Let's do a whole thing. And I just love like the cutesy style that Dodie presents in so much of her music. And I was like, oh, we can make this cute. We can make this fun, a fun little weekend project.
Oh yeah, it had all of the Dodie editing vibes. The little like singing to your plant bit was especially a favorite of mine.
Thank you. Thank you.
True narrative poetics right there. I just so I have a hypothetical question for you.
Sure.
So let's say like the reformation of Broadway was in your hands. Like you could dictate the landscape of Broadway. I'd like to know what your idealized Broadway would look like.
Yes. On like a audience level, it would be innately accessible to everybody. But I also like just sort of my dream for the future of theater, and especially like on Broadway's level, is I would love for diverse representation to be an expectation, not like an afterthought, and to have that across the board. Like that's, theater in itself is such a powerful thing, and I want it to be representative of all of the incredible people of the world, and not just like a select few or a select couple. I don't want the same stories to keep being recycled. I want everybody's stories to have an equal chance of being heard and to be represented on stage. That'll be my hope.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I see your vision of Broadway, and I am on board to help you make that happen.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm so in. Thank you so much for joining us and blessing us with your beautiful performance.
Thank you.
Great to meet you. Well, okay, everybody, that is our show. I expect you enjoyed it as much as I did. I had so much fun. Thank you to every single one of you audience members for watching and supporting all of these lovely, lovely artists in this very, very valuable organization. To all of the performers, thank you for blessing us with your artistry and your perspectives on the theater industry, and showing us where you want this to go in the future, which we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Happy Pride Month to you all. And finally, thanks to everyone on Cabaret on the Couch team for inviting me here tonight. I had an absolute blast. To everyone, please notice the links that have been below. I encourage you to donate to Ring of Keys if you are able to, and if not, just keep up with the organization and see what they're doing and support them as they just keep on growing and moving up in the industry. Yeah, I am Caden Marshall. I am your musical dealer on TikTok, and I wanted to remind you all that theater is a powerful, powerful art form. So please never give up on creating your world-changing art. Every bit of artistry that's inside of you is valuable and should never be underestimated. Remember that. Have a great rest of your night, everyone.